Now, if I wanted to assign something to my classes, say I was going to assign like an online assessment or something, I would go to Discover to find that resource. So if I knew again what module it was and what week it was, that'd make it a lot easier. If I wanted to go to all resources, I definitely could. Looking over here, they've got some assessments, but then you're gonna have to search through all the different ones. So it is easier if you have the module and the week and the lesson that you're looking for. So let's see if there is an assessment in this one. So I go to filters once I know where I'm looking for. And again, sorting by component is much nicer. So it looks like there's no assessments on this part. We can work on assigning a my book. Let's do that first. So we go to the my book that maybe I want to assign to my students. And I'm going to go to this write about a trait one. I click this right here and I go to assign. Now it's going to bring up my assignment name. I'm just going to keep it the same. I can do my start date as far as what time it opens and my due date, what time they've got to have it done by. I can put my directions in and I can assign this to my entire class. So if I wanted to do that, I would click select all and then I would click assign. That's going to give it to all 20 students. I can also go through and just pick a certain number. Maybe somebody is distance learning or they're at home or whatever it is and they don't have their my book with them. And so you're just going to assign it to one student or two students or whatever. If you watched the last video where I was going through how to make groups, you can also do this by groups. And so if I wanted a certain reading level to have this assignment, I could just give it to my lower reading level group or whatever you name that group. If it's a project, then I could also, assign that to everybody who's doing the house as part of that project. So you kind of have a little bit of a customization on how you want to do that. So I'm just going to select all and assign this work. Now let's go try to find an assessment. So if I wanted to go, let's see, if I'm going to go to a different one, let's just go to the entire week. There's got to be an assessment in the week sometime. So we'll go to component, again, is the best way, or the way that I found the best to search. And I'm going to give them a quiz on the dawn wall. So I'm going to open this up. Let's just look at it first. There it is. And so now I can preview it if I want to see what it looks like. It doesn't look like I can assign it from in here. So I'm going to go back to the dawn wall once I've looked at it, and I'm going to assign. And same thing as before. You've got your directions, you've got your start date, end date. You can assign it to different groups, or you can assign it to your entire class. So that's how you assign something on the Ed platform. One thing you might have happen to you is if you assigned an assignment and you screwed up with something, or maybe you had a date wrong, you might want to go and fix that thing. So here's how you find that. You go to My Classes, you go to the View Class, and then you got a list of your assignments right here. And if you wanted to change something with it, like I'm going to change this My Book date right now, I can go in, look, and I can see who started it, who has submitted it, what the status is on everybody, and anything like that. But then I can go and assign, edit, and I'm going to put the due date for today. Let's update. So that's how you find and change your assignments after you've already created them. So if I'm trying to get onto the HMH app as a student, I go to my class link, open up the app, and then on this dashboard here, I can see what's due today. That's what's going to bring front and center. And so I can click on start if I wanted to start working on this assignment. Right now, I've just got a My Book assignment. And this My Book assignment is really identical to the paper copy that your students would have in the classroom. So I can see whatever I would normally be able to see. The nice thing about this is I can click on some of these links like the vocabulary words, and I can see the definitions for them. And I can page through this. The audio does work well on this, and so if it's got something there, you can normally hear it play. And then really I can just page through, read like I normally would. Again, it's just like the My Book. This is something that, maybe if a kid didn't have a My Book, or they didn't have access to it or whatever, forgot it at home, then they do have option for online. Now a lot of the audio does work. It will play and read it out for you, and you can turn on the highlighting while you are reading that. So then again, it's a lot of the different activities. Once you get to something where you can write and respond, then you can have them type in their answers for this. And I did test this out where if I close out of the app and then come back to it, it will save my answers that I typed into those responses. And so one thing to look for is on the assignment that you're working on, your students can go on past the section that you assign. And so, for example, in this one, this section that I'm looking at, prepare to read my school trip, wasn't a part of the assignment. I had to try this as the assignment, but the students can move on past that. So it's important to be checking that out as you're going through this with the students, and so that they know what is the assigned part of this and what's not assigned. And so that's where the My Book can be a little bit tricky online. Once they get used to it, they get normal with it. So that blue assignment button is going to turn things in for them, and then when they're done, they can just click I'm done, and then click OK, and it'll submit the assignment for them. Now the best way that I found to get back to the dashboard is to actually go back to ClassLink, close out of the app, and reopen it up. Haven't quite figured out how to get back to the dashboard from that. I'm not sure where the answer to that question is, but now you can see that I don't have any assignments on my today, and so I'm going to click View All Assignments because there is another assignment due assigned to me that I can work on. It's just not due today, so it doesn't show up right away. So I have an online assessment that's due in 7 days, and I'm just going to click Start on that and get going on that assignment. And so they can take their online assessment. Hopefully they wouldn't be rifling through these questions as fast as I am right now, but just so you can see what's going on. And you can also have it play to them while they're taking it. And when you're done, just click Submit. And so now you can see that there's no more assignments left for that student. They can go back to their dashboard and everything's cleared. So that's how you see things from a student's perspective on the assignments.